up, Buttercup? Welcome back to my channel. Today's book review is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. I might mess up that word over and over again. Actually, I was doing that. And so I had to ask my friends how to pronounce it. I don't think I'm pronouncing it right still to this day. So I actually call the main character Nessie. Sorry, not sorry. The cover is gorgeous. It's simple, yet it really stands out. And of course we have a neon green little sticker that says Women's Prize for Fiction 2021 winner. I can see absolutely that this book would win some sort of award. Now, I gave this novel by Susanna Clarke 4 out of 5 stars. I have notes because I have lots of thoughts, but they're a bit of a disjointed maze, and I want to get all of this out without spoiling this book because you should read it. I had to watch a few interviews with Susanna Clarke after finishing the novel because I still kind of feel like something is missing in my database regarding this novel, aka the database is my mind. You could reread this book many times and find something new in it, and you could absolutely write a graduate thesis even with this book and probably choose 4 to 6 topics to write a graduate thesis level paper. It's that in depth, and though the writing style is straightforward, which I very much appreciated, thank you Susanna, because you could have purple prosed the crap out of this story, she did not. However, I had to often reread paragraphs and even full pages to make sense of what was going on because there are many small details and twists that you'll easily miss. So you must pay close attention or else you'll miss it. Straightforward writing, but there's so much going on in the little details that I'm sure I've missed some things. This short novel is grand, and I can definitely see this book becoming a modern classic in 20 years. I wasn't a huge fan, though, of all the descriptions of the birds and the statues within this other world, though I know some people found them beautifully written and calming even, so that is just, subjective. I didn't prefer those parts, but a lot of people did. Now, I didn't know what was happening for the first 100-ish pages, and then it all clicked. We love to see it. I had 3 hypotheses on what was going on with the other world and the story overall, and the last hypothesis was the correct one. The other 2, since it's not correct, I'll just say it. The first one, I was like, is this a weird sort of hell or like a purgatory? No, that was not it. And then the second was, is this in another dimension and Nessie is part of a cult, but he doesn't know it because he's been brainwashed or he has amnesia? No, but I was actually kind of on the right road with the second hypothesis. The third one, that was the correct one. I'm not going to spoil it. We follow Piranesi, or Nessie, as I like to call him, and he is in a building. Not really, but let's go with building. It's a other world. But he's in an area where it's full of statues, hundreds, thousands of statues, and lots of birds, and fills up with water, and then the tide takes out the water, and he's alone other than this other man that Nessie calls the other. Are you keeping up? And such happens where Nessie is having to confront how he got to this other world and why. And it takes a bit to get there, like I said. And there are clues throughout the first half of the novel that if you really pay attention, you can get to the conclusion of what's happening. And I think it was well done. I'm probably missing some other clues because, like I said, very in depth, but I got to the correct idea of what was happening by the third try, so I'm glad to see it. At least I got there, right? Just saying. I couldn't particularly relate with Nessie, however, he's very intriguing and he's kind and in some ways not self-aware and in other ways very self-aware. He is been handed a hard life in some ways, at least in this other world, but he manages, and I think in that way very, very beautiful. This is a short novel, like I said, but it packs a punch, and I appreciate the brevity and the straightforwardness of the writing style, and I also appreciate the ending. The ending was very beautiful. I have seen a lot of people saying that Nessie has DID just because some things are kind of sorta similar to DID does not mean that this book is about DID. Nowhere in the interviews that I saw with Susanna Clarke mentions that whatsoever. And I wanted to listen to interviews with Susanna Clarke about this novel because, like I said in the beginning, I'm missing some stuff. Like, there are some things that were not clicking, and I really needed to have them make sense. I'm trying not to spoil because it says no spoilers. I want you to read the book. I will link those interviews down below in the description box if you're having a hard time, but it has nothing to do with DID. I can see the argument in some ways, but that does not mean that that is what this book is about, or a metaphor for DID. It is something different, and so I will follow Susanna's ideas on this book since she's the writer. I know, weird concept. It's fun to analyze and to throw out ideas and do all that stuff. I love to see it, but as a reader and a writer, if a writer says this is not how this book is, let me tell you what my book is about, I'm gonna believe the writer. Thank you so much for watching my book review on Piranesi, aka Nessie. I think it's a cute nickname for him. I hope you enjoy this novel. Leave your comments and your thoughts below. I would love to hear them. So thank you once again for watching. Have a great rest of your day, reading, writing, doing whatever you need to do for self-care. Bye.